Good morning. As Chancellor of the University of Virginia's College at Wise, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to the start of the 2020-2021 academic year. If you're viewing this program in an assembly or in your classrooms, please stand for the singing of the national anthem, led by Assistant Professor of Music, Hannah Wunsch Ryan. Gentlemen, please be so kind to remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets again, the bombs bursting in, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Hannah. Okay, you may be seated. Given the challenges that we face this year, it bears repeating. Welcome, welcome, welcome. First-year students, transfer students, returning students, faculty, staff, friends, and supporters, welcome. As many of you know, UVA-Wise course instruction has been online since March. We finished up the spring semester online, and we conducted our 2 summer sessions online. The normal flurry of summer events on this beautiful campus, like weddings, band camps, governor school, astronomy camps, music festivals, and the like, were canceled this year. Our halls have been empty. Our campus lawns and trails have been sparsely populated. Our gardens have yearned for your blankets and your footsteps. Our classrooms have been devoid of your voices, your laughter, and your youthful optimism. But I must say this, even in your absence, we, the faculty and staff of UVA-Wise, have continued to feel your presence on this campus, as odd as that may sound. You see, when you're an educator, you have a passion for working with young people. You begin to carry student stories, dreams, and aspirations with you all the time. So while you've been away, you've never been far from mind. In fact, I think it's more precise to say that you've been constantly on my mind. I speak on behalf of all UVA-Wise staff and faculty when I say that every single day, our thoughts have been with you, the UVA-Wise students. We've been hoping that you, your families, and your communities are well. We've looked forward to receiving you back on campus, and we've looked forward to this day. This fall, UVA-Wise welcomes an impressive 300 first-year students. We welcome 120 transfer students, the largest transfer class since 2016. We're thrilled to be joined by 5 new faculty members and a new provost who I am pleased to introduce shortly. I'm also personally grateful for the faculty and staff who've been steadfast throughout the spring and summer to prepare for our reopening in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you all. Welcome to UVA-Wise and welcome to the new academic year. I will give additional remarks shortly, but first I will introduce Provost Tricia Folds-Bennett. Tricia Folds-Bennett is a familiar name to most of you, if not all of you. Although she has been fully immersed at UVA-Wise since January of this year, she officially started full-time as Provost and Chief Academic Officer of UVA-Wise on July 1st, 2020. Provost Folds Bennett was previously Dean of the Honors College at the College of Charleston. She earned her bachelor's and master's degrees in psychology from Wake Forest University and her doctoral degree in developmental psychology from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Provost Folds Bennett has already shown tremendous leadership and has been involved in every aspect of our reopening plan, the development of the college's 2020-2021 budget, and is now co-chairing strategic planning events at the college. Provost Folds Bennett, this is your first convocation at the college, and I would like to formally extend a warm welcome to you on behalf of the UVA-Wise community. Tricia?
Thank you, Chancellor Henry. Good morning, everybody. When I accepted the offer to become provost of UVA-Wise back in December, I had a certain vision of how my early days on campus would go. I would arrive in July, settle into my office, spend the first few weeks roaming around campus, dropping in to say hello to faculty who were taking advantage of the quiet summer to do some research and prepare their classes. I looked forward to August when faculty and students would begin arriving on campus full force. I would attend meetings, trainings, social gatherings, lift a few boxes during residence hall move-in, and then would proudly process into convocation with the faculty, all in full regalia to mark the official start of my first academic year at UVA-Wise. Does some of that sound familiar to those of you out there who are new to campus? Obviously, that vision has been altered radically, but you know what? It's okay, because I've learned more about this campus in the midst of the COVID challenges than I would have otherwise. I've learned that the people here have grit. Faculty and staff have given up their own plans for the summer to redesign the courses and the activities that will be essential to the student experience this fall. I've learned that the people here are extraordinarily creative. They have discovered resources and clever ways to navigate the most difficult of circumstances. And I've learned the people here have huge hearts. They are entirely devoted to supporting you, our students, and to supporting each other. So while it may not look like what I thought it would, or what you thought it would, I'm tremendously grateful to be here, and I'm tremendously grateful that all of you are here. I believe we're going to have an amazing year. Now, it's my honor to introduce to you the 9th president of the University of Virginia, Jim Ryan. Like many UVA-Wise students, President Ryan was the first member of his family to attend college. He graduated summa cum laude from Yale University and then attended the University of Virginia Law School on a full merit scholarship. After graduating first in his class, he clerked for William H. Rehnquist, the late Chief Justice of the United States. After working in public interest law, he returned to the UVA Law School as faculty and taught there for 15 years. For 5 years, he served as Dean of the Harvard Graduate School of Education and the Charles William Eliot Professor of Education. We appreciate that he is joining us virtually from Charlottesville today and for being a constant supporter and advocate of the college. I present to you the president of the University of Virginia, Jim Ryan.
You would think by this point I know how to unmute. So thank you, Provost Folds Bennett, and thank you, Chancellor Henry, and thanks to all of you for watching. As you heard, my name is Jim Ryan, and I'm the president of the University of Virginia, and I'm delighted to add my welcome to the class of 2024, as well as to the transfer students and returning students. For those of you who are new to the college at Wise, you are entering an extraordinary college during an extraordinary year, a year that will be unlike any other in our lifetimes. It's an honor to be with you. though I wish I could be there, all of us could be together in person. I'm going to offer just a few brief remarks on 3 related topics: home, family, and responsibility. As for the first topic, as you may not even appreciate at this point, or may be difficult to imagine, college, and in particular this college, will open doors for you and change your life in ways, like I said, that are probably difficult to imagine right now. And I expect that when you look back on your time here, you'll think of it as among the most important and formative 4 years of your life. But my guess is that you may not be feeling that way right now, and that you may be feeling uneasy and nervous. It's completely natural to feel that way when you're entering a new community, especially if you're entering it virtually. And I say this, as Tricia mentioned, as a first-generation college student, as I know many of you are. When I went to college, I felt like I had landed on another planet where I didn't understand the language or the customs, and I felt a little bit out of place. But over time, I grew more comfortable, and eventually it felt like my second home, a place that I fell in love with and still love to this day. I hope and trust that you'll have the same experience during your time at WISE. And one of the reasons I'm so confident is because of the community that you're entering, which leads to the next topic of family. When I started as president a couple of years ago, I had the good fortune to come down to WISE early on, and I asked people who I met, tell me a little bit about the College of WISE. And the one term that kept coming up in every conversation was family. People kept referring to the community as if it were a large family. And from what I've observed over these last 2 years, that's a really accurate description. You are entering a remarkably caring and tight-knit community, a community where students, faculty, and staff know each other's names, know and care about each other, know about each other, and care about each other's families. It's a place where people support one another, a place where people never give up on one another. And it's a place, like with families, that you'll form relationships that will last the rest of your lives. Now, with all of these benefits come some responsibilities, which is the last topic. I would ask you to and encourage you to engage in your classes, engage with your faculty, your fellow students, staff, and the community of WISE. Look for opportunities. It's never too early to look for opportunities to give back to the community that you're entering, to be a contributor, to be a leader. And during this time of the pandemic, we have a special responsibility to each other to keep each other safe by following the health and safety protocols that we know work. And above all else, I'd ask you to treat each other with kindness, compassion, and respect. So welcome again to the class of 2024, to transfer students and returning students. Welcome to the family at UVA WISE. I can't predict what this semester is going to look like. I don't think anyone can. But even though we know there will be many differences, what will remain the same is that you are joining a truly remarkable community that will help you learn, explore, and grow as a person. And you'll form bonds with each other in this place that will last a lifetime. So welcome and good luck. I'm sorry that I can't stay for the rest of the convocation, but I've really appreciated the opportunity to spend some time with you. And I look forward to the chance to see all of you in person soon. Take care.
Thank you, President Ryan. We're so pleased that you could join us today, even virtually. This is my 8th convocation as Chancellor at UVA WISE. The start of the year is always eventful. It's one of my favorite times of the year, along with commencement. The excitement is palpable, the energy is infectious, it's festive, fun, and hopeful, just like New Year's Eve. Every incoming class has a story of their own. Last year, in 2019, we quite literally started the academic year with a bang. On the Sunday before the first day of classes, Wise and Norton lost power to a storm. In true UVA Wise fashion, we decided the show must go on. The power may have gone out on the class of 2023, but their light continues to shine bright to this day. Back in 2018, the class of 2022 welcomed the 9th president of the University of Virginia, President Ryan, who marched with us through Cavs Gap on the way to the David J. Pryor Convocation Center. That year, President Ryan kicked off the strategic plan for the university and shared a message of community, discovery, and service, principles we hold dear and live by as a division of the University of Virginia. And back in 2017, the first day of Welcome Week coincided with a total solar eclipse. The last total solar eclipse seen in the contiguous United States occurred almost 38 years earlier on February 26, 1979. That was the second semester of my freshman year in college, and I remembered that one well myself. The 2017 eclipse was truly awe-inspiring. We took it as a sign of good things to come, and the class of 2021 promised to shoot for the stars as they have not disappointed. So now we're here in 2020. How will we remember the class of 2024? Well, that's a story that remains to be told. But for starters, I think we will remember this class first and foremost as the high school class of 2020, the first graduating class in the history of the United States who shifted from face-to-face classrooms to fully online learning. To the class of 2020, the first class whose members did not walk across the stage in many cases to collect their diplomas in the presence of proud onlookers in the stands like parents, grandparents, siblings, and neighbors. Although your senior year was disrupted in so many ways, you have persevered. For all of the applause you did not receive, for all the applause your teachers, parents, and loved ones wanted to shower on you, today we applaud you. As the UVA Wise college class of 2024, I think you won't let us forget this year, nor should you. You've earned your badge to say, I started college in the middle of the pandemic. What's your superpower? As you start college during these extraordinary times, let me be the first to assign you homework. Here's the assignment. Please fill in the blank for this sentence. My superpower is. I will jump the gun, as most chancellors, or if you get to know me, will see that I do, and offer some examples, a preview as it goes. And it goes without saying that these examples apply to our faculty and to our staff as well. As a member of the UVA Wise community, my superpower is shoring up confidence in the face of uncertainty, having conviction in the face of doubt, finding my North Star at a crossroads, and summoning love in the face of racism and bigotry. Are there others? The beauty of college in general, and UVA Wise in particular, is that you will have the opportunity to discover your superpowers. And yes, that is plural, superpowers. Our classrooms are filled with students flexing their superpowers, which include thinking, exploring, communicating, questioning, testing, designing, listening, solving, processing, performing, analyzing, teaching, and learning. When you graduate from UVA Wise, our greatest hope is that you will have all of these superpowers in your toolkit and that you will use them to be the next generation of superheroes. Over these next 4 years, we'll ask you to identify your superpowers. We'll ask you to understand them, and we'll ask you to flex them. Your education, in short, is your superpower. I feel very inspired and hopeful to think about your time here at UVA Wise. But at first, I must also share other sobering and important messages. We're in the middle of a pandemic. 177,000 Americans have died from COVID-19. So please do everything within your power to help keep our community healthy and safe. Our first line of defense against COVID-19 is prevention. University policy states that face coverings must be worn by all faculty, staff, and students while inside a college facility, building, or any other college property while in the presence of others. The college has provided 2 cloth face coverings for each student and each employee. Please wear them. Wearing a mask is a matter of policy, not a matter of choice. There are consequences for noncompliance. Wearing a mask is also a matter of respect for this community. Not wearing a mask in the presence of others poses a danger and a hazard to your classmates, friends, professors, and others. The danger of exposure does not stop here on campus. Not wearing a mask poses a danger to everyone's families and communities when they go home. It's a very serious matter, and everyone must comply. To prevent the spread of COVID-19, we're also required to track our symptoms through the UVA Health Check app and practice social distancing. If you haven't already downloaded the app, look for it in the App Store or on your iPad in the UVA Wise self-service area. Each morning, you'll get a little reminder to go in and check your symptoms and to check that you didn't have any or that you have them. If you have any symptoms, you will get further instructions from the app. And there, you can always ask folks in the health clinic. Now is not the time for big parties and gatherings. We will line up a fun and a unique semester. Our student affairs staff is busy at work developing virtual events and socially distanced recreation. If you have questions regarding safety and health protocols, please do not hesitate to ask a staff member or a professor or me. Your health and safety are paramount. We are so fortunate to be open. We want to remain open and in person as much as possible this year. We want to see your faces in hallways and classrooms, on the lawn, and in the gardens. So be safe and be well and be responsible. And thank you all. I know that the Let's Get Checked testing wasn't the easiest to start before the semester, but we've had wonderful compliance, and that makes me feel much better about the reopening because our positivity rate was so low. And most of all, to everyone here at UVA Wise, be a superhero. Thank you. Now, it's my pleasure to install the Student Government Association President, Anthony Mason Phillips. Mason? I, Anthony Mason Phillips,
Anthony Mason Phillips,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will fulfill the duties of the Student Government Association President
that I will fulfill the duties of Student Government Association President
entrusted to me to the utmost of my ability
entrusted to me to the utmost of my ability
and to support and uphold the Constitution of the Student Government Association
and to support and uphold the Constitution of the Student Government Association
and the honor of the University of Virginia's College at Wise.
and the honor of the University of Virginia's College at Wise.
Thank you.
Good morning, President Ryan, Chancellor Henry, faculty, staff, returning students, and of course, the class of 2024. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you to our great college. It is with a great sense of honor and gratitude that I have the opportunity to serve as your student body president, and I'm thrilled that I'm able to speak to you today. In the upcoming year, each of us will embark upon a new set of opportunities, experiences, and challenges that will allow us to strengthen ourselves in more ways than we could imagine. I strongly encourage you to take the initiative and seek out these opportunities, with hopes that you will leave our college and campus community even better than when you found it. Regardless of what student organization or activity that you become involved in, taking advantage of what UVA Wise has to offer will provide valuable skills that will enhance your educational experience and serve you long after you leave UVA Wise. For those of us returning to UVA Wise, we will have the opportunity to further strengthen our academic profiles, continue to make connections, and return to the organizations and departments that make up our college community. As returning students, we have the distinct privilege and responsibility to serve as a good example for the new members of our college family. My challenge to you as a returning student is this: explore UVA Wise in a way that you never have before, whether that is by studying abroad, taking a class outside of your major, or joining a new student organization. I'm confident that you will be glad that you did. For the transfer students, I believe that you have made the right decision in coming to UVA Wise. As a transfer student myself, I want you to know that all the opportunities of this college are there for you too. Speaking from my experience, taking part in these opportunities will help to make the transition into our college family more comfortable and natural for you. For the incoming freshmen, it is my pleasure to welcome you to UVA Wise. Although this upcoming year may at first feel like uncharted territory, I want to let you know that it is an exciting and engaging journey. You will face various challenges that may become overwhelming, and you should be aware that you have resources at your disposal to help you overcome them. You can trust me when I say that there are many people here who want to see you walk across the stage with your diploma in 4 years. So I encourage you to seek assistance whenever you need it. I ask that the entire student body be aware of and comply with the new protocols in place to minimize the spread of COVID-19 on our campus and within our community. Each of us should assume the responsibility for the health and well-being of our fellow Cavaliers. Let us carry ourselves with a sense of altruism and respect for one another. We are all UVA Wise Cavs, and without you, our campus wouldn't be the same. Your contributions to our college community are what make us who we are. And as your student body president, I want to thank you for allowing me to share these experiences with you. It is my vision that together we will leave a legacy of leadership and service that advances our college's mission of commitment to service in Southwest Virginia, the nation, and the world. Thank you, and my best wishes for growth and success to each of you throughout the upcoming year and beyond. To the freshman class, you are now an integral part of the University of Virginia's College at Wise community. Your presence here indicates that you already understand the importance of higher education. Realize that you are about to embark on a great adventure. As the newest members of the UVA Wise community, you are called upon to expand and explore your horizons, take advantage of the vast knowledge of our faculty and of our many resources, be open to people who are different from you and to learn from them, master the art of accepting academic challenges, get involved, ask questions, savor your experiences, and never give up. Embrace life, be the best that you can be, and make the most of the opportunities that await you.
It's now my pleasure to install our honor court chair. Would Sydney Rouse come forward? Please raise your hand and repeat after me. I, Sydney Rouse, do solemnly swear
I, Sydney Rouse, do solemnly swear
that I will fulfill the duties of the honor court chair
that I will fulfill the duties of the honor court chair
as entrusted to me by the students and faculty of the University of Virginia's College at Wise.
as entrusted to me by the students and faculty of the University of Virginia's College at Wise.
I will support and uphold to the utmost of my ability
I will support and uphold to the utmost of my ability
the Constitution of the Honor Court
the Constitution of the Honor Court
and the tradition of the University of Virginia's College at Wise.
and the tradition of the University of Virginia College at Wise.
Congratulations.
Will all students please repeat the honor pledge with me? I pledge on my honor as a student of the University of Virginia College at Wise that I will uphold and respect the integrity and principles of the honor system. As a student, I understand it is my responsibility to act honorably in all phases of academic life in order to ensure a position of trust among faculty, staff, the community at large, and my fellow students. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Amelia Harris, the Academic Dean at the college. And it's my pleasure to introduce our new faculty. You've already heard that we have 5 new faculty that we've hired this year. And those people are Hezekiah Babatunde, who's joining us as Assistant Professor of Computer Science. The next 2, some of you will already know because they've taught as adjuncts here. Heather Gordon, joining us as Instructor of Chemistry. Teresa Brown, Assistant Professor of Geology, and Victoria Mackel, Assistant Professor of Biochemistry. And last but not least, our new Provost, Tricia Foles-Bennett, who's joining us also as Professor of Psychology. Thank you.
President Ryan, Chancellor Henry, Provost Foles-Bennett, Dean Harris, esteemed colleagues, friends and family, returning students, and of course, the incoming class of 2024. Welcome. The beginning of a new academic year is always a time of excitement, potential, and uncertainty. Excitement for welcoming new students and reuniting with familiar faces, potential for new experiences and developing relationships, uncertainty in how a new course or approach may be received, or whether you'll be able to make it to an 8 a.m. on time. This academic year, these feelings are likely being experienced at greater levels than before, and perhaps with the added feelings of anxiety and frustration. To our students, I hope to ease some of those feelings by speaking a bit about our faculty as a whole. We stand determined to provide you with an exceptional education regardless of format. Your courses will look different than they have in the past, but our faculty have worked tirelessly to prepare materials, test new approaches, and design unique opportunities to provide you with a high quality education expected from UVA Wise. We have undergone trainings, explored different online applications, and diligently worked and reworked our course materials to achieve these goals. The quality of your education will be in no way diminished by the format of your courses, and we maintain the same high standards we have always expected of our students. The upcoming academic year will be different from those before, and it may feel more difficult to forge relationships with your instructors. To this, I ask our students to be sure to reach out to your instructors. We love hearing from you, getting to know you and learning how we can increase our effectiveness in reaching each one of you. To my colleagues, I ask that you work to reach out to your students so as to foster a greater sense of community, even while distanced. We are all experiencing this unique start to the academic year in different ways, and exhibiting compassion and understanding can go a long way to supporting each other. Lastly, let us not forget why we are all gathered here today. We're celebrating the start of a new adventure, the adventure that began when you, students, decided to expand upon your foundational knowledge, when you chose to continue your education by engaging with your peers and the faculty of UVA Wise in analysis, debate, performance, experimentation, athletics, study. The list goes on. This is such an exciting time, and I, as I'm sure my colleagues would concur, am ecstatic to forge ahead with you in this adventure. With that, I would like to now remind my colleagues of our commitment to our students and institution through the charge to the faculty. Faculty and students together are the heart of the college. One cannot thrive without the other. Faculty, in your work with new students, you are called upon to welcome, encourage, and care about our students, to serve as mentors and role models, to perceive and encourage their possibilities and potential, to recognize their challenges and help them overcome their difficulties, to foster intellectual curiosity, to instill a deep respect for scholarship and research, and to work in partnership with students to be the best they can be in all ways. I'm sure we're gonna have a phenomenal year together.
With the dogwood and rhododendron, that good land of mine, where the cavaliers and the pioneers set a college up beside the lonesome pine, there we will forever be singing the praise of the dogwood and rhododendron, these Grange Valley days. And the dogwood and rhododendron on good land did thrive, as the cavaliers and the pioneers in these mountain lands for better lives did strive. So we will forever remember our ties to Grange Valley, our mother college, and UVA wise. Dear old Grange Valley, around her we'll rally. For dear old Grange Valley, our voices we raise. When we are living, our hearts will be grieving. We remember Grange Valley, the rest of our days.
Thank you, Hannah and the Wise Guys. Normally, at this point in the program, I share an announcement of the picnic on the lake and the student activities fair. But this year, we will not be having our typical annual activities fair. However, stay tuned to the @UVAY Student Rec social media pages for updates on how to connect with on-campus student organizations as well as local businesses. There will be a modified activities fair in the coming weeks. There are dozens of student organizations to meet fellow students with similar interests and affinities. As you engage in clubs and organizations, you will meet new friends and become a true member of our community. We also will not have our picnic on the lake. However, please be on the lookout for a decadent treat to mark the opening of our academic year. Normally, at this point in the program as well, I would ask you to look around our beautiful Convocation Center to find residents' life staff, resident advisors, faculty advisors, athletic coaches, counselors, professors, and staff, as well as new friends. Unfortunately, we're not all congregated together today, but know this: everyone on our campus has your best interest in mind. In the months and years ahead, establish a support system and reach out regularly. Should you lose your footing or lose your way, Someone can help you find your place and your path. Again, thank you for choosing UVA Wise. Thank you for placing your trust in us. We in turn trust you to work hard and put your best foot forward. I thank you, and I wish each of you a great academic year. Have a great day, and I'll look forward to seeing you on campus soon.